Whoa. Okay, so I could use a bit of a break from scripted content. Admittedly, I've mostly been working towards scripted content recently because I feel like overall it turns out a lot better. But I feel like I'll make an exception for another Kim Walker video, which feels like a follow up to the last Kim Walker video. Where she's talking about this author Jackie Hill Perry again, and this shit gets a little, well, it gets a little crazy. I know that sounds nuts coming from a Kim Walker video, but anyway, let's start.
Jackie Hill Perry is the powers that be flower girl. Exposed.
Uh oh.
People, I did a video breaking down the subliminal images on Jackie Hill Perry's book cover.
No, you did a video breaking down. That part's accurate. This was a breaking down video where you fucking broke and spoke nonsense for a good few minutes. The rest of this is not what happened. You just came up with a load of insane conspiracy theories about what is a basic cover for a book.
Gay girl, good God. In the video, I brought out why Jackie has a pink rose in the word gay. And for those who did not see the video, I will repeat myself again about the rose. This I will do to bring to you the rest of the story.
How much you want to bet that these were just random images? Like, that would be so funny if that was the case. It's possible that she designed this and then built it around the letters, but it's also possible that this is just some random artwork that she's just, like, formed into the words gay girl, good god, and someone sat here and analysed it for hours trying to find meaning in everything. Like, I think this is a field being ploughed by, like, a tractory thing over there. So, what's that mean?
The pink rose in the word gay is a subliminal image of.
Just gonna turn up the volume a bit by about, I'll say about 10. Well, technically 11, but you know, whatevs.
A vagina.
Vagina.
A woman's vagina is often referred to as a flower. Lady flower. Flower imagery is referred to female genitalia and sexuality.
I
It's
suppose
something
that's true.
that can be traced back for centuries.
I mean, it is, but like, I don't know. It's not something I ever think
So
of.
why is the pink rose there? On Jackie Hill Perry's book cover,
It'd be funny if the answer was just she liked that flower. She was just on Google, she looked up flower, she found that one, and was like, I like flowers, and put that in, and now someone's overanalyzed the hell out of it and found it to be a symbol of a vagina.
it is there on the front cover of Jackie's book because Jackie is still obsessed with the flower.
And you're also obsessed with Jackie's flower.
Again,
I know I made that joke again, but I am having to deal with repeated content, so you know. I don't see why I should put more effort in than the person who made the fucking video.
after I finished my video on Jackie, I came across this short video where Jackie is speaking about her book, Gay Girl, Good God. What I could not help but notice is Jackie is once again presenting her roses.
There's only one rose. Oh, no, rose is on her shirt. Oh.
Only this time,
Oh.
she is wearing them like a badge. Red, white, and black are the Illuminati's colors, and Jackie proudly wears them. She is
I what? Oh yeah, sure. Just anyone who wears red, white, or black. Yeah, that's Illuminati. I guess that makes Dennis the Menace a member of the goddamn Illuminati.
is truly the flower girl for the powers that be.
I, I'm not like this isn't a slight against Jackie, but I'm very sure that Jackie's a like on the pecking order of authors. Like she's I don't think she's quite where J.K. Rowling was or George R.R. Martin was at the height of their popularity. She's 35. That's a and she writes these books about being a gay Christian. And there's like a couple of articles about her and some other things. So she's famous, but she's not a household name. Now, if I was like the powers that be, I'd probably go for someone who actually has the clout to get my message into everybody's homes, rather than just some random author who is, I don't know, I'd say that she was C or D tier, if I had to guess, just from her online presence. Which isn't a slight, I'm just saying, like, that's my guess as to where she's at. Seems like a... it doesn't seem like a strong message if it's coming from that low on the pecking order.
Jackie is putting it right in your face. The love of her life. Roses, aka vaginas.
I think most people wouldn't complain if they had roses in their face. I think there's a lot of people who'd be down for that.
Message to all that view her video. When Jackie speaks about the LGBTQ community, she says, as early as 4 or 5, she felt like she was attractive to the same sex.
I think you mean attracted. I'm assuming that's a slip of the tongue, but then she also wrote it in the like the I was gonna say the fuck's sake. But yeah, she wrote it in the notes, which implies that she thinks that's the term. I think she meant attracted.
As Jackie makes her confession of same-sex attraction at the age of 4 or 5, she places her hand on her chest, massaging the roses as she speaks about her same-sex attraction.
Or she just had an itch on her collarbone. That's possible. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I want to go for like the Occam's razor approach here and suggest that maybe she just had an itchy rose.
In the video, the camera spans across the room as Jackie is speaking, and it slows down and stops when it lands on this plant here.
Yeah, that's called filming technique.
People, what does this look like?
You know in The Last of Us when you see clickers and their heads are really fucked up and they look like this but with mouths. That's what that looks like. Am I on the ball, Kim? Is that what you were thinking too?
A subliminal image of a vagina. So you guys...
Okay, I'm not... I mean, I can make something dirty out of most things and even I can't see that. This is like that Touch Me I'm Karen Taylor sketch.
I show you an image and you say the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
What do you see?
A penis. Penis. Penis.
Right. A penis again. Okay.
Art Deco lampshade.
Great.
Hang on. No, penis.
It's the same thing here, but Kim Walker just sees a vagina. I could take all of the Rorschach tests and one after another, she just sees a vagina in all of them. Even the one that actually looks like a vagina.
So this is the image. This plant here was kind of sitting in her windowsill, like in her kitchen somewhere.
Yes, be less vulgar, plant.
And the camera just comes along and it spans on it and it hesitates on this picture.
Fixates, I think you mean. I mean, I'm fucking up my words tonight as well, so that's fine. But that's probably because it's the most interesting thing in the room, and it doesn't want to. What do you want it to do? Do you want them to just shove the camera up her nose and keep her permanently fixated? It's called filming technique. It's what you do to make the film more interesting. Even if it's just an interview video, you don't want to just be staring at the same thing the entire time. Also, sometimes people get assigned to this who have ambition and are just like, oh, well, I'll show off my film technique here.
People, this is a subliminal image of a vagina. And
Only to you is a random plant a subliminal message of a vagina. You're just walking in the hills, you find a goddamn cactus, and you have to stop and document it because it's a subliminal message of a penis.
this is why Jackie has this plant placed in her video, because she's given honor and glory to the vagina. This girl is wicked. She's very, very wicked. And here you see like
She has a plant. She's wicked.
this subliminal image of a vagina. It does look a little like a vagina.
No, I'm still not seeing it, like, at all. I mean, I guess if you were to be broad enough about anything, you could say that anything looks like a vagina, but that doesn't look like a vagina to me. I don't know what she's on about.
You can see the outer lips, which are these. You see that?
Oh,
and then the
okay.
little spiny pieces bind.
If your vagina has spiny pieces and vines, you need to go and see a gynecologist right away.
Here looks like, possible hair. And then you see this thing flowing up.
Yeah, if that's sticking out, then yeah, you definitely need to go and see a gynecologist.
And this thing blooming up right here is nothing other than a subliminal image of a clitoris. Right here, you guys.
If your clitoris is sticking out of your vagina, then something's seriously gone wrong. You need to go and see a doctor immediately.
And then here is the outer lip on the other side. So this is presented on her.
So you're telling me she's pruned and cared for this plant for Christ knows how long to make it look like a vagina, and it doesn't even look like one? Is that what you're telling me? Jesus Christ.
On her video, because this is what she's all about, you guys. Jackie haven't left those roses, aka vaginas, alone.
Honestly, you've said vaginas so much. I think that's what you're about. That's what this channel is. Just everything that looks like a vagina. Here's a list of things that all look like vaginas. Like, just go and grind her. Like, actually, at this point, you might as well come out. Come on.
Room. And slows down to capture these flowers too. There is a demonic agenda going on where Jackie plays a crucial part for the powers that be.
I don't think Poison Ivy associates flowers with sex this much. Like, what the fuck?
People, Jackie, aka Rose, aka Flower
Rose.
Girl, is sending you a message. I hope you're paying attention. This girl is wicked to the core.
Don't
Again.
threaten me with a good time.
And more roses to pick. Okay, you guys. This is just a image here.
Oh my god, I'm seeing it. This bin liner here looks like a vagina. Is that where this is going?
Of Jackie. I think she has some kind of tour that she calls the Pia tour. I'm not exactly sure what Pia represents. I don't know if it's poetry, blah, blah, blah. I don't know really what it is, but I know it's called the Pia Tour. And
The Poets in Autumn tour. I found that out by googling it. That's here we go. Tickets are available for the Poets in Autumn tour. This is literally the same site that she's on. All she had to do was scroll up. Very large task post-pandemic, blah blah blah. Focus on the lost and drifting of faith. Poems about Christianity and faith. Okay. That was really hard to work out. I had to get my best analyst on it to work out the hidden meaning of her website to find out what the Pia tour was. I totally just didn't scroll down just off the cuff here.
she talks about T-shirts that she has
You
these.
see, that's the other thing about Kim, which I find really ridiculous. Kim has clearly scripted this and put this together in a presentation format. So it's kind of a mix of scripted and unscripted, where she's got a base script that she's working around. She had time to research this, but why would she? Because she can't make some stupid conspiracy out of it, so she just remains ignorant. Like, I could understand if she was doing a stream and she didn't have the time to go into the deep analytics of a website to try and find out everything of its secrets and she overlooked something. That happens to the best of us. But she's literally just can't be asked. You know, she's of that mentality of I can't be asked, so yeah.
Designed, and that she won't be selling them, I guess not online or any place, but she said if you want to purchase one of her T-shirts, you have to come to the Pia Tour, and there you'll be able to purchase her T-shirts that she has designed. And so I just kind of went to her page here, and I can see some of the T-shirts I guess that she has designed. And I don't know if this young lady is a salesperson, and this gentleman here is considering buying one of her T-shirts. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but what I could not help but notice is this T-shirt here, you guys. You see here? And what you see here are more roses, okay? And so what I'm going to do is blow this image up, and we're going to find out what's hiding.
Maybe, and this is a crazy conspiracy theory I've just come up with, maybe because she's a woman, she likes flowers. Like, I know that's kind of stereotyping, but maybe that's the explanation that you're so sorely needing.
In plain sight.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Okay, so this is a T-shirt designed by Jackie Hill Perry, and like I said, I read somewhere where she said that she's not going to be selling her T-shirts just anywhere. You have to come to her Pia Tour to get her T-shirts. So what I want to bring out to you guys, this T-shirt here is once again giving glory and honor to the Baphomet, and that this is a T-shirt promoting lesbianism, okay?
Lesbianism. Is that actually the... I'm very sure it's not, Lesbianism. No, it's definitely lesbianism. Just to clarify, it's lesbianism. Lesbianism, it sounds like what Ben's classmate said in Friends.
This is what this T-shirt is promoting, okay?
They're
so what I'm going to do is
lesbians.
drop in 2 dots in the already dots this here. I'm going to, you know what I used to do, you guys? I used to always say left and right, and I was doing that according to the image that they took. But from now on, I'm going to say left and right, because that's how you guys see this on your computer screen. And I highly suggest that you guys look at these images on a computer screen 30-inch on up, so you guys can see this. Don't really look at this stuff on your iPhone, because you're going to miss a lot, okay? So try to always...
You're not missing much by looking at this on an iPhone. It's a picture of a flower.
Look at these images that I'm showing you on a screen of 30 inches on up. Okay, on the left you see the eye, and on the right you see another eye. So what I'm going to do is just drop in 2 dots in the already existing eyes. Okay,
Okay.
there you go. So you
Okay.
see these roses here, okay? But do you guys see these lips here? And then you can actually see the bottom lip. They left off the line to complete the bottom lip. So I'll
Oh.
put that in.
Okay.
Okay, now do you guys see the full lip here that's made out of the leaf of the rose? So you can see the top lip and the bottom lip. So what this is showing you guys is that these lips are made for these roses, okay? And as you know, the rose represents a vagina. It's a subliminal image of a vagina. So once again,
see.
Jackie is using the roses on her t-shirt. And when it says, but God, that's just in reference to the Baphomet. The Baphomet
Is the butt god. I see now. He's the god of butt.
her God, and the Baphomet is nothing
Nice rack, Baphomet.
more than a representation of Satan. So this t-shirt here, you guys, if you look at it, you can see the lips clearly here. And the lips represents its relationship to the rose, aka vagina. So this whole complete t-shirt is promoting lesbianism. Okay, so this is what this t-shirt is promoting.
Shit.
And once again, Jackie Hill Perry, she designed
I think I know why Jackie Hill Perry is the devil. Because if you look at her channel, she has 373,000 subscribers. Kim has about 4, and it's taken her about 13 years to get 4,000 subscribers. And Jackie Hill Perry has managed to get 373,000 in 12 years, but that's still quite good for 12 years. And yeah, Kim really needs that clout.
this t-shirt. This is part of her, one of the t-shirts that you can buy at her Pia tour. Okay?
Okay.
Again, this image is an illustration created for Humble Beast recording artist Jackie Hill Perry. Jackie Hill Perry is signed to Humble Beast. It is said the image was made to be a t-shirt design and meant to communicate the weight and beauty of an artist's words. Well, I don't know about the weight and beauty, but a picture is worth 1,000 words. And this picture is in full bloom, speaking words of vaginas. Jackie has the roses, aka vaginas, in front of her mouth and nose, like she is smelling and about to eat them.
Well, she eats roses like a champ. What can I say? I was just looking at Humble Beast whilst what's her face was talking bollocks. I can't help but just find it like a really inoffensive art and music site. I don't know what the hell she's. So Jackie's made these 2 albums. They're apparently in the hip hop category, so I'm probably not gonna like them just because, well, hip hop's just one of those things for me. It's not like I hate hip hop as a thing, it just doesn't have any impact on me. I listen to it and I zone out and just, it's noise after a bit. It's like anything, opera, classical, it just becomes noise in the background, and I can't tell you what's good and what's bad hip hop. And it's the same with a lot of genres like that. But as far as I could, like, there's nothing that stands out unless you're crazy and looking for it.
When you turn the subliminal image on its side,
Okay, if it's an album cover and it's the whole album cover, it is not a subliminal image. It is just an image.
You get the Baphomet.
What?
Okay, you guys, so we see this, this is a subliminal image, and what you can see is a subliminal image of the Baphomet, and this is the Baphomet's left eye and
Okay.
his right eye. And you know how they do like face paintings, and they'll put a flower around the one of the eyes, just
No, I
like you
have no
see in
idea
this
what you're talking
image here.
about. Oh,
How
that,
you
right,
see this
okay.
little girl, she has
Is that like Gene Simmons' daughter? I imagine that's not even face paint, she was just like born that way.
a face painting, but they are putting a flower around her eyes. So this is the reason why this particular flower
Okay.
is in this position. And as you can see, this area here represents an eye, the pupil, and this one too. And you guys can notice that all the other flowers are roses, okay?
Are they eyes too? Like, what's wrong with the Baphomet? If all these flowers are eyes, then he's seriously fucked up.
So these two are a little different because these flowers represent the eyes of
Okay.
the Baphomet.
Why are they two different colours? Does he have that heterochromia? Does he have a heterochromia?
So if I were to put two dots in the already eyes, it would look like this. Okay, so those are the
Okay.
eyes, and this is a subliminal image, you
Please tell me that's the mouth and he's just got...
guys, of the Baphomet. So
Okay.
these are the eyes of the Baphomet, and this big rose up here in the forehead of the Baphomet
That's a penis growing out of his forehead. I see it.
represents the star. You're never going to find the Baphomet without his star, and this is why this big
What? How did he fuck it up that much that it's very round in shape and looks more like a flower?
rose is right here
Okay.
above the head, and then this area right here represents the mouth of the Baphomet.
He looks like he's screaming because he's realized that he's just a bunch of flowers.
So this is a subliminal image of the Baphomet, you guys. This is exactly what this is. Okay?
So he's a heterochromic abomination with a vagina growing out of his forehead. And he's permanently screaming because he's self-aware enough to realize that. I feel really bad for this guy. Like, well, he's a hermaphrodite, I guess, but I feel bad for him, whatever.
And this is, once again, one of Jackie's creations. And I think she didn't actually make this t-shirt. She had it made for her.
Yes, people who want things to look good get designers to make them for them.
But I'm sure she had direction as to what she wanted on this t-shirt.
I hope the phone call comes out. This guy like boots up Photoshop and he's just like, okay, what do you want? I want these flowers arranging in a certain way so they look like the Baphomet. Okay. So I need two flowers that vaguely look like eyes, but make it so that they only look like eyes if a crazy person puts tiny ladybugs in them, and then have like a giant pink flower on the head. That's going to be the star of the Baphomet, and then have another flower so that it looks like an abomination that's permanently screaming if you try to turn it into a face. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know what any of that means, but I'm gonna just make something and hope for the best. I imagine that's how that went.
So once again, you see Jackie with a mouth full of roses.
I see.
People, Jackie Hill Perry is showing you who she is.
Well, she's hiding behind flowers, so not quite, but okay.
A flower girl for the powers that be. When a person show you who they are, you just need to believe them. Wake up to Jackie Hill Perry. She is being used by the powers that be to send many lesbians to hell.
We've got to save the lesbians. Jesus Christ.
Wake up to Jackie Hill Perry. She is being used by the powers that be to send many lesbians to hell.
We've got to save the lesbians. Jesus Christ.
Again.
Oh, yeah, those lesbians worked really hard to get out of hell. And now they're going to have to crawl their way back out. Okay, so I've got Jackie Hill Perry's first. I think this is her second album, Crescendo. I don't know if the newest one is, you know, like put first, or if like the oldest one is put first. It's hard for me to tell. I don't really care. Anyway, I'm gonna find subliminal message in this. So, you see, this right here is a beak, right? See that? Beak. And then, you see this here that's like, there's a gradient? Well, this makes it an eye. And then there's another one. I was going to say that there's a mark here, but that's actually just dirt on my monitor. And then there's more gradient over there. So I'm going to say this constitutes the second eye. So, and now it's coming together. You can see that this is actually Big Bird from Sesame Street. Like, how can people not see this? This is like, you know, this is the powers that be trying to brainwash us with Big Bird from Sesame Street. Wake up. Come on, you can clearly see that's what's going on here. And she is trapped in the beak of Big Bird, who is making her do his bidding. Because Big Bird.
Okay, so we have another subliminal image, and this is a book written by, I guess Jackie Hill was a part of this collaboration here.
I'll do your research for you. Hold on. In fact, no, I want people to see how easy this is, right? The Heart of Men. True Face. Is it the Heart of Man? The Heart of Man, True Face. Here we go. Let me see. William Paul Young, I think, was probably like the head of it. Fuck off. Participants' Guide is an innovation to a deep dive into our stories to discover a new identity the Father has created in us, to find and defeat the voice of shame, contribute to a world of class storytellers. Jackie Hill Perry is listed as like the fourth one along, serving as a companion to the Heart of Man film. This interactive guide takes you through a timeless tale of father's restless pursuit of his son. Uncover your own prodigal narrative by exploring the six scenes, examining the book. So it's an anthology book about people who find themselves and find their true identities, whatever those might be, through faith, basically. That's what it is. And you saw me come to that conclusion by just looking up what it says. Just, like, all I did was Google the book, found the book, and just read its blurb. Like, that's literally all I had to do. But she can't be asked because it's too much work. It's only the main thing you're focusing on right now.
I don't know these other people, so I'm not speaking on them. Once again, I'm speaking on Jackie Hill Perry. So the name of this book is called The Heart of Man.
But the thing is, you are speaking of them because from what I can tell, William Paul Young kind of spearheaded this whole thing. or at least he's. Is it William Paul? Yeah, William Paul Young, according to Goodreads. And there's a couple of other people as well. And the Heart of Men project seems to be led by, I think he was one of them, and there's a guy called Eric something. There's a lot of people working on this, so in order to tackle this, you are going to have to say something about a project that several people work towards.
So what I'm going to show you guys, first of all, this is a total dedication to the Baphomet, and also is promoting lesbianism once again.
So I'm not going to say anything about these people here, but I am going to imply that they are basically Satan worshippers. Also, I'm pretty sure Jackie Hill Perry had no input on this cover. Like, I'd actually bet money. I'd bet like a tenner to a charity if someone like tracks Jackie Hill down and asks her about how much impact she had on this cover, how much creative input she had on it. I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere between 0 and 5%. The best I can imagine is someone ran this by her and was like, "Is this okay with you?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure."
And so you guys see this this left horn right here? You
That's
see that?
water.
And here is the pupil, and here is the right eye. And
Okay.
this is a subliminal image of the Baphomet. So, okay, you guys see this?
Nobody
form
sees this. Nobody but you sees this. I'm sorry.
The Baphomet.
Why is there a dead rabbit on its head?
And also what I want you to notice is that, do you see the pink and blue here? You see that
Colours are a work of Satan.
little faint
Yeah, I
color
see.
of
I see
pink,
colours.
and then you have the blue.
I don't know if I call it pink. It's more. It's like orangey, reddy, sort of on a gradient. I'd say there's maybe a bit of pink in there somewhere, but it mostly falls on like a orangey red.
This is in representation of the Baphomet, because pink represents girl and blue represents boy. So I have said 1,000 times that the Baphomet is both girl and boy. The Baphomet has the breast of a woman, and the Baphomet has the sex organ of a male. The Baphomet has a penis.
Penis.
And so this is the reason why they put the pink and blue here, because this is in representation of the Baphomet. Okay? You see that?
Okay.
This is a subliminal image of the Baphomet. So this whole book cover is dedicated to the Baphomet. But it is also showing something else very wicked. Do you guys see this right here? You know what this is?
It's a
These are
rock. That you'll find plenty of them outside if you ever go there.
lips.
Oh.
Okay, and unfortunately, these are not the type of lips that you put lipstick on. These
I mean, you can put lipstick on those kinds of lips. It just gets messy.
are lips to a vagina.
Of course, she finds a vagina in it. Why wouldn't she find a vagina in it?
And a black vagina at that. Okay?
Oh, it's a black vagina. That makes it stronger or something. I'm assuming that this RPG game lore has some form of thing that makes black vaginas stronger than...
This is exactly what this is. And just in
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's not just a rock.
case you guys do not catch that this is a vagina, when you flip the picture upside down, they reinforce that it is a vagina. So I'm going to turn this image upside down.
It's always a good idea
so
to
you guys can
reinforce
see
your
this.
vagina.
Okay, so you see that the image has been turned upside down. You guys
I mean, this actually looks... Okay, so I'm seeing like a mouth that's like a Homer Simpson sort of stubble. And then that's attached to like a nose. This dog creature with udders is high as fuck. He has the greatest hairdo in the world. And it changes colour into like this greeny thing. And he's washing his hair. He's flicking this magnificent do around like, yeah, man, I'm the king of really fucked up hair. Like, that's what I'm seeing. Here, I'll even do a Kim and show you on fucking MS Paint. So we got this dog creature that there's his nostrils, right? Or you could say these are the nostrils as well if you like, if you want to be fancy about it. Maybe he has two sets of nostrils. Maybe he's just that kind of dude. And that's his mouth. I'll agree that that looks like a pair of lips, but to me it looks more like a mouth. And this is his, like, Homer Simpson stubble kind of effect. You know what I'm talking about. And that's the chin. And then this here, this is his udders. It could be a beard, but I like to think he has udders growing out from under him. And then this here is his awesome do. So he has like all this hair, like a big rock star mullet kind of thing going on here, right? And he's like washing it and he's swishing it around like a L'Oreal advert. And he's like, there's his eye looking up at how fucking cool his hair looks. He's got a few bags under his eye because he's on a lot of drugs. And he's like, dude, I am the coolest motherfucker on the planet. And that's the subliminal image that I see personally. But I'm not a child of God like Kim here, so maybe I'm just blind to.
See this little creature here? You know, got this for his legs and his little legs down here. But
I think they're udders. I like them being udders more.
you see his eye? That is his right eye, and it's like a goat or a sheep or of some sort.
I could agree that's a go. This is the first one that I actually agree with her that I can see this. But admittedly, I just think that's just a product of the weird
But
image.
it's kind of animated looking, and then you see his two round nostrils here. You see that?
So what was the effort of this one then? Because this doesn't look like anything. Oh, it's a goat bath mat with a vagina sticking out of its forehead. This is the image. This looks like what she says it is. Now, I don't believe it's some conspiracy. I think it's just one of those things where when you flip it around, it just looks like something kind of funny.
And then these are his lips. Okay, these are
Okay.
his lips.
No, I actually see this one. Unironically, I see this one. I don't think it's what she says it is, but I see a weird creature with a magnificent do washing his hair and swishing it about like a L'Oreal advert. That's what I see.
They're kind of enlarged, exaggerated a little bit, but these are the lips to this
Maybe
and
this is a sign. Maybe this means I'm breaking.
animated looking character that looks like a sheep or, overweight sheep. But
An
they're
overweight sheep. Okay.
here, right here, you guys.
Bit judgy.
And that's exactly what this is. But what I want to show you, do you guys see this skull here? Right here?
No,
And
you've
you
lost
see his
me.
tongue? He is licking the vagina. Look at
I mean, if you want that, that's fine. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that this is the ocean. Like, maybe I'm nuts, but this is the tide, and, like, you know, the fierceness, the deep blue and shit. Here's coral, I'm guessing. The different types of rock. And there's water froth. This looks like, to me, it's trying to capture, like, what makes the sea in a single tiny image. Maybe I'm insane. Maybe I'm as insane as Kim Walker, but that's the impression that I get from it.
this. He is licking, but this is what Jackie Hill is all about.
But again, I'll bet money. I'll give 10 quid to a charity. I'll say the NAS. I will give 10 quid to the NAS if Jackie Hill comes forward and says I designed this, or I impacted the design of this, that I had any say in the design of this. Because I don't believe she did. I don't believe she even saw this until the book was published.
This is the energy that she places on several of her books.
The ocean?
This skull here, which is a lesbian spirit, is licking.
Wait, how do we know that the skull's a lesbian? It could just be a dude eating pussy like a champ. I mean, there's nothing to say that this is a female skull at all.
The vagina here. So what I'm going to do is darken this image just a bit so you guys can see this guy here, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now here he is. He's
Uh-oh.
right here, and I placed a dot in his eye so that you guys can kind of see his head right here, and you can see his
He-Man.
chin and going down to his neck. But he's right here, you guys. You
I
see
kind
this
of see it.
in his neck? You see this demonic looking image?
Oh.
Do you see his tongue? You see his tongue licking, just sticking out? He is licking.
I, except he looks like he's looking directly at us because there's his eye socket. Sorry about that. There's the eye sockets. There's his little triangle nose because he has no fleshy nose. And there's his mouth. I see it, but then he wouldn't be able to eat pussy if he's looking directly at us.
Right here, you can see it here. He is licking
Okay.
the black vagina.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is a black woman's vagina, and this demonic spirit is licking it. Just look at this, you guys. Don't look at it on an iPhone. You're going to miss it. Get on something that's
I'm not looking at it on an iPhone, and I'm also missing it, so don't worry. You can look at it on your iPhone.
30 inches on up. And see this.
That's how Kim likes it, 30 inches on up.
Demonic lesbian spirit. This is exactly what this is, you guys. Okay, so we have another subliminal image placed on Jackie Hill.
Oh, you're gonna have to really work overtime to try and work out why. Again, Jackie Hill Perry. In fact, I'm gonna do your job for you. Hold on a second. Okay, here it is. Again, this is about identity under God, about finding your true self whilst following faith, and basically rejecting people like Kim. Now, Jackie Hill Perry is actually closer to the forefront of the author list on this. But you also got Jasmine Holmes and Melissa Kruger, and yeah, apparently she was closer to being the head honcho of the of this thing. I can kind of see because she does quite minimalistic approaches to her covers, and I can kind of see that in this, not in a bad way. Because sometimes minimalism means that you don't overcomplicate it, and in this, it's a nice pattern with a nice like backdrop, looks vaguely historical. But yeah, it's only about someone who like has another layer of identity, whatever that might be, and wants to get closer to God through it. That's all it is.
Perry's front cover of her book. I see that she's done, I guess, a little collaboration with Jasmine Holmes and Melissa Kruger. I don't know anything about these two young ladies, but I'm speaking on Jackie Hill Perry, that seem to always be connected to the vagina. So what I want to do is I'm going to darken this image and turn it upside down to bring out what is hiding. And
These young ladies, I'm pretty sure Melissa is a bit older than them from the looks of it. I get that impression. That's Melissa. Oh, is that? I can't tell who that is from that angle. Sawi. And that's Jasmine Holmes, who I think is roughly around. I just found it funny that she assumed they were young ladies. They could have been two elderly women from a retirement home she wouldn't have known.
in plain sight. Okay, so you can see that the image is darkened and turned upside down.
Of
and
course.
so this book here that she's offering the
I
public.
think this isn't about visibility. This is the only effect she knows how to do. Like, she can't invert it or anything like that. She can't invert the color scheme, for example, or make it negative. So she just flips it upside down and darkens it a little bit using Windows Office darkening on the image, and that's her CSI skills in play there. And that makes me uncomfortable.
Is you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at here. And what this is, so what you're looking at is the head, a representation of the head of a clitoris. You see here?
If your clitoris has a little mustache man staring at you in this sleazy fashion, you're not gonna get much dick. I'm just saying it now.
This is exactly what it is. It's the
Okay.
head of a clitoris because it represents the clitoris. And you see the demarcation line because
I think you need to get a Grinder account, Kim, and just, get it out your system. I'm not saying you have to find a wife and live for the rest of your life as a lesbian, but I think you need to get it out your system at this point. Oh, I keep thinking
the
her curse is
separation
mine. I'm sorry.
from the outer and inner lips of the vagina. So you see it here.
Vagina.
You see it
I like his
again down
earrings.
here. His head is right here. They're showing you what it is, okay? This is exactly, you see it up here. This is exactly what it is. And this is what the powers that be and Jackie Hill is all about. They're trying
Vagina.
to corrupt the minds of women, straight women. They're trying to corrupt their minds, and they want to put this filth into your subconscious mind. Like I said, once
So they're just trying to make all the women gay. I think men are doing a great job of that, to be honest.
an image, a message is put into the subconscious mind, it doesn't matter whether it's good or bad, whether it's right or wrong, true or false. Once it hits your subconscious mind, you take it in as truth. This is the reason why Satan targets this part of your brain, because he wants you to take in this type of stuff as truth, and that you will
What part of the brain? The sexy part or the vagina part? I don't.
be okay with being a lesbian too. You don't have really a problem with it.
It's almost like there's not a problem with it, but then again, you'd struggle to understand that. So
Millions, tens of millions are spent on subliminal imagery from A to Z. No matter what you're trying to sell, an automobile, food, even medical, it doesn't matter. Whatever they're trying to push on society, they will use subliminal images because it helps to reinforce and it helps to get their agenda across. So
I think most of the time what you're thinking of isn't subliminal. It's just it's part of the image. It's usually the image, or it's something you found in the image which you really had to look for. I mean, I could find God in this face here if I looked hard enough. I could probably find a bunch of random lines in this facial hair or something. Maybe the white here, the white detailing with the light reflecting off him. I could maybe say, oh look, I can find God's face in this. This is a godly picture. It's stupid. Like, what you're saying doesn't work outside of your little echo box that
once
you
again,
made for
you
yourself.
guys,
I'd call it an
this
echo
is a
chamber, but we're not quite there yet. It's not that impressive.
subliminal image of the vagina,
Yes.
the inner and outer lip, as you see here. This is, see how this vagina is in an oval shape. This is the reason why
Most
this
of them are.
is in an oval shape. You see that? The vagina in an oval shape, and this is the reason why you have
If your vagina's a trapezoid, you should probably go to a gynecologist because that's not what they're supposed to look like.
I guess give you some type of knowledge on the book of Ephesians. It's going to teach you something. But this girl right now, she is teaching you all about becoming a lesbian. Okay, this is what this is all about. She's putting vaginas all over her book cover subliminally so that she can please the powers that be. So that's how she gets paid, you guys. That's how.
Okay, I just kind of. So the powers that be want you to put vaginas all over everything so that you want vagina. They pay her for this. I just kind of want to understand why people liking vagina results in profit for anyone. I don't quite understand. I mean, wouldn't you just go for the perfect pasta sauce approach and just cater to everyone rather than just try and make everyone like the same thing? because you're always gonna have that niche market that don't like the same thing. It's bizarre way of thinking from Kim here.
How she gets paid selling you her filthy t-shirts and selling you her filthy
Filthy
book
t-shirts.
covers. So when the Bible says that, Satan's ministers and greedy ministers are making merchandise out of you, this is what he's talking about. This is how Satan pays his ministers.
I don't know what he's talking
He
about.
allows them to, he gives them subliminal imageries that are filthy and damnable, and then he put them on T-shirts, put them on book covers, and they sell them, and they fly off the shelf like hotcakes. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But
I don't know if I'd describe it as that. I think there's an audience. I think people read it, and I think a fair few people read. But I don't think they fly off the shelf like hotcakes. It's not like the first Harry Potter book, for instance, which sold like millions and millions of copies.
I found out a long time ago, most people are not really interested in the truth. They're just not. You could give.
Yeah, I know. It's. I know someone who isn't that interested in the truth. Actually, they're closer than you think.
Somebody some just profound truth, and they don't care. They're looking for the most popular person. They're looking for, how to make more money, how to come up, or how to get that BBL. They're into everything but the truth. So I'm bringing it as the Most High gives it to me for those who have an ear to.
So you get it as your most high, and then you drop it here, like the acid that you drop to get this theory. I don't think people don't believe you because they're against the truth. I think people don't believe you because you're absolutely insane, I think is the reason.
Here, Jackie Hill Perry is a demon, and she is promoting vaginas everywhere.
Uh-oh.
Again. Okay. So we have this book here.
Okay.
That reads, When You Pray. When You Pray. So this whole book cover here, demonic book cover, is dedicated.
Sunsets. Sunsets are Satan's canvas.
100% to the Baphomet, aka Satan.
It's like she's challenging herself. She started off with an actual image. Then she went into a mosaic pattern that has vague images on it. Now she's got this. What's she going to make out of this? We'll find out.
So you can see the black hollow eye socket here. So if I was to put a dot there, an eye, it would look like this. Okay? You see this, you guys?
Oh yeah, put googly eyes on it. That makes it more legit.
From right up here, you guys. This is subliminally placed here.
It's almost like that's not what it's like. It's a cloud with a gradient,
so that it can go into your subconscious mind. So this is a subliminal.
I wish a bullet would just go into my subconscious mind at this point, to be honest.
Image of Satan.
Okay.
So when it says when you pray, they are talking about Satan. They
okay.
Pray
Satan's
to
praying.
Satan.
Got it.
And Satan will not be ignored. He wants all his shine. You will give him glory and honor. This is the reason why he is placed here. Okay?
Actually, I do kind of see what she means. There's the nose. He looks more like Treebeard, though.
Here.
Okay.
He is here.
And he's got a big fat head, like that guy from Star Wars.
Will come to light.
I used to call him Captain Slaphead. I don't know
this
really.
image on its side, and I'm going to darken it just a bit to bring out the Baphomet. Okay, so I've turned the image, the book cover, upside down, and up here we can see a subliminal image of the Baphomet. So you guys see that right eye right here?
No.
And right here you can see the eye, and you can see the pupil. But I'm going to drop in, this is the left eye, and I'm going to drop in a dot.
I'm kind of relieved that this is one I can't see. I actually thought I was starting to think like her. I can't see this one.
Boy, he's both man and woman. The
Oh,
Baphomet
yeah.
has the breast of a woman, and the Baphomet has the sex organ of a man. So the Baphomet has a penis. So this is the reason
Okay.
why you have the pink and you have the blue.
Stink.
Because
Oh,
the
close enough.
Baphomet is an androgynous creature possessing both the body parts of a male and female. Pink represents girl and blue represents boy. And thus you have the Baphomet up here, you guys.
Okay. I see
Okay?
it. No, I don't actually see it, but if I tell her I see it, she'll fuck off and move on to the next thing.
Again.
Again.
Okay. So we have another book written by Jackie Hill Perry, Upon Wakening.
Waking.
So this is
It's just waking.
I guess some type of, she says, a 60-day devotional. Waking up each day to the goodness of God's Word.
Isn't that what you want?
So at this point in the game, we know who her God is, which is the Baphomet, aka.
Now, here's the thing. We've got this subliminal imagery, right, where we've got red. Red is the colour of both Satan and the Illuminati, and she covers her borders and these images in red. So she clearly wants us to see a lot of red. And this is to enforce Satan into us. You see how I can do this stupid bullshit as well on the fly? It's not hard to do. You just find something to latch onto and you can just spin it however you want.
A Satan. So what I'm going to do with this
Okay.
subliminal image here, I'm going to turn it upside down.
You do
and
that.
Bring out,
It'll look funny because it'll look like the bird's hanging on for dear life. Like, oh, fuck!
hiding in plain sight, you guys.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Oh, that looks even better. Now it looks like it's hurtling towards the earth at 1,000 miles an hour while screaming. The branch snapped off. It's flying towards the earth. It's got all these anime lines to signify that it's going at 1,000 miles per hour and it's screaming.
turn the picture somewhat, upside down, kind of.
Okay,
I don't know,
yeah.
3/4. And,
You do that.
So, do you see this left eye and this
I see a bird. Is this the left eye you're talking about? The one on the bird?
right eye? You
No.
see that?
No one
So
sees
this
this.
is these are subliminal eye sockets, and this is a subliminal image here. So
Do you know what a gradient is? Of course you don't, never
if
mind.
I were to put 2 dots into the already black eye sockets, it would look like this.
Oh, I
Okay,
see.
you guys, this is a subliminal image of the Baphomet, and now the Baphomet, this would be his mouth, just as it was the bird's mouth, it is the Baphomet's mouth. And then you see the feathers.
So does that mean that God put subliminal images of the Baphomet into the actual bird when he designed it in your lore? That God designed this bird. I don't know what kind of bird it is. I'm gonna assume it's like a sparrow or something like that. It's not, but it's this vague similarity. Who gives a shit? He's designed it so that it's got the eyes of Baphomet and probably looks like a vagina if you squint and turn your head.
Going straight up, that represents the fire of the Baphomet, and it will look like this.
Wow, that's pretty metal.
Okay, so do you guys see all these lines going?
Yeah, now it's cool because this bird is going so fast that he's caught on fire and he's still screaming. He can't make it stop. He's hurtling towards the earth at the speed of light, screaming his lungs out, but he's actually suffocating because he can't scream because he's fighting the air as he flows into the earth. And he's on fire because of it. That is great. This should be a heavy metal cover album.
Down here is as if the
I don't know
bird
what I'm
is in
saying
a
anymore.
cage. You see that?
This video's broken me,
All
I'm
these
sorry.
lines, but we know the bird is not in
Please
the
be
cage because
patient.
the bird.
This demon gave me autism.
So we all know that Jackie Hill Perry wears dreadlocks,
Ah, yes.
and this is what this represents, you guys. All
Oh, I
these
see.
strings,
I don't
all
really,
these
but if I
strings
just pretend I do.
represent Perry. Now she's also have done other book covers that had her dreadlocks in an animated type way on
Oh
the front
yeah, I
cover
remember that one. I didn't see it there either, but okay.
of her book. So, you know, this, I guess this is her signature, you know, to
Her calling card. She leaves a picture of dreadlocks at the scene of the crime.
put her dreadlocks
Ah, I see.
strings in
That looks a bit straight for dreadlocks. Dreadlocks usually end up kind of wavy.
a subliminal form. So
Okay.
this is what this is all about, you guys. Jackie Hill is feeling the Baphomet. She is a flower girl, aka a rose, and she is feeling the Baphomet, aka Satan.